Okay, I'm going to try to make a video again and upload it because it didn't work earlier. Okay, I'm going to do this real quick, and then while this video is uploading to YouTube, I'm going to go on Facebook and scan in the stuff and make a photo album for this. I knew it was coming. I knew the motion to stop my visits was on the horizon. I just didn't know when it was coming. Okay, so this was filed today. I'm just going to read it. Comes now the plaintiff and would move this honorable court to stop Lydia Hubble, hereinafter mother, her supervised visits with party's minor child. In support of this motion, father would state as follows. Paragraph 1. In early June 2018, mother started her 2-hour weekly supervised visits with child. Okay, we're in July now. I don't think it was early June. I think it was more like mid-June, and I didn't get all my hours in June. In early June 2018, mother started her 2-hour weekly supervised visits with child. Visits are supervised by Angela Hilliard of Omni Community Health. Paragraph 2. On July 14, 2018, child reported to father that during her last visit with her mother on July 2nd, mother brought a fan to the visit. The fan had child's picture and a text on the fan that said, "Bring Delara home." Child stated that it was a very good fan and helped her cool off in the meeting room of Green Hills Public Library where the visit took place. Paragraph 3. On the same day, father called Miss Hilliard, the monitor, and asked her about the fan. Miss Hilliard admitted that the mother gave her, the monitor, a fan, but stated she couldn't remember what was written on the fan. Father expressed Mrs. Hilliard his concern and told her that child remembers what was on the fan. Paragraph 4. Through a text message, father asked Mrs. Hilliard for a picture of the fan. Mrs. Hilliard informed father that her supervisor told her to share the picture with DCS. Father was not able to obtain a picture of the fan from the monitor. This text communication is attached as Exhibit 1. Father was also not able to obtain visitation notes from the monitor to see if this incident with fan was documented in the notes. Paragraph 5. Based on the description by the child, the fan looked like the fan on Exhibit 2, which is downloaded from mother's Facebook page. Mother on March 29, 2018, on a March 29, 2018 Facebook post, admitted handing these fans out to the public. We were making and handing out fans last summer. We handed out a whole bunch at the Eclipse party, and everybody knows it. And nobody's ever been able to show how these fans have harmed Delara or been detrimental to her well-being in any way whatsoever. And it's my position that they're supporting her, and they are helping her, and they are beneficial to her, and they are in her best interest. Okay, March 29, 2018 Facebook post admitted handing these fans out to public. Her post read, "We'll be chalking for liberty and justice and handing out fans with my daughter's picture on them. This post is attached as Exhibit 3. Paragraph 6. Yeah, he's kind of like me. Some of his formatting's a little bit off. On July 14, 2018, before her visit with child, mother made a Facebook post that read, quote, "One thing today I want to do with Delara is get her advice on painting my face when I protest, like this woman," end quote. The post had a video of a woman with face paint giving a speech during a protest. This post is attached as Exhibit 4. Paragraph 7. On July 14, 2018, mother had a visit with child and made a Facebook post the next day on July 15 about the visit. Yeah, Saturday was, this is Monday the 16th. He's talking about the visit on Saturday the 14th, which is the first visit I'd had since July 14th. July 14, 2018, mother had a visit with the child and made a Facebook post the next day on July 15 about the visit. Mother's post read, quote, "What Delara wants as far as seeing parents and having phone calls with mom," end quote. The post had a note written by child during the visit. Child's note read, quote, "To see mom half the week and dad half the week with overnights. If what I said previously happens, then no phone calls," end quote. This post is attached as Exhibit 5. Paragraph 8. On July 15, 2018, mother made another post about previous day's visit that read, Quote, phone calls. They have been suspended, but she doesn't care since they weren't much fun most of the time. Can't hear, plus her dad has been a distraction. End quote. The Post had a note written by child during the visit that read, quote, I don't care because I can't understand you. You sound like soda and Mentos because the phone is old and rusty. This post is, end quote. This post is attached as Exhibit 6. Paragraph 8. Paragraph 9. These Facebook posts and a fan similar to the one on Exhibit 2 brought to the visit by mother. Okay, here's his proof. This is his proof that it's in Delara's best interest. This is definite proof that the visits will be harmful to Delara. These Facebook posts and a fan similar to the one on Exhibit 2 brought to the visit by mother show that mother is not following previous court orders. There's no court order attached to support that. And is discussing custody matters with child during her supervised visits. Father believes child is not being protected during these visits, even with a monitor present. Wherefore, premises considered, plaintiff father respectfully request, 1, that this motion be filed with the court. 2, that mother undergo a parenting assessment with a mental health component. They keep asking for that over and over again. I just did one a couple years ago. And it's not going to be any different now. 3, that the court find the child is at risk of harm and therefore terminate mother's supervised visits until such time as mother demonstrates a material change of circumstances has occurred to warrant renewing visitation. Now, what might that be? What possible material change of circumstance? For any other such relief as the court deems should be just. Respectfully submitted, blah, blah, blah. This is set for August 7, 2018 in Courtroom B in front of Judge Calloway at 9 a.m. And I'm going to upload all this. This is a text, screenshot of the text message. Make sure there's nothing, ooh, that's pretty fancy. How did he do that? He's got the text up here pretty, it's typed, I don't know how I did that. Exhibit 1, text message from monitor Angela Hilliard declining to provide a picture of the fan. Okay, so, and I don't have a smartphone. Anytime somebody sends me a text, I'm always confused. I'm like, especially if it's a one-word answer, and I'm like, well, what was the question? And I have to like go through my outbox and find what was it the answer to. But apparently with these smartphones, you've got like a running, it's kind of like a Facebook chat or something. So, he says thanks. She says, okay, I'll let Mom know. You're welcome. Is there any way you could send me a picture of the fan Mrs. Hubble gave you? Doesn't say what date this is. Just says today, 10:54. My supervisor told me to just send it to DCS and they can give you a copy of it if they want to. Taking some control away from him. Good job, Omni Community Health. Thanks. He said thanks. Angela. Okay. Okay, and you can't see this. This is, I really like the way he put his, I don't know how he typed that up there. It says, fan similar to the one brought to visit by mother on July 2nd. And that's one that's I brought some examples from my car. I went out to the car during the visit. It was hot in there, in the meeting room. It was a small meeting. No, it was a good size, but it was still hot in there. And these are some of the fans that the kids and I made. And we had somebody kind enough to donate some money to help pay for materials. So different kids, CCLJA, Delara's friends, and other people. So we've got pictures of Delara, 10-cent print day. Got a whole bunch of pictures of Delara last summer. Cut them down. The kids are really good. They love to use scissors and tape. And so it's taped on there with just cheap shipping tape, clear, wide tape from Dollar Tree or whatever. So it's just taped on there with that wide tape. The whole thing's covered, so it sticks on there good. And then I got the sticks and the hot glue. I'm pretty much the one that does the hot glue. And then so there's one. That's the paper. That's the one. These are uncoated. If you want to do these, the cheapest paper plates are the uncoated ones, and they're kind of the easiest ones to write on, because the coated ones are kind of waxy and they're a little bit. The coated ones are better for eating off of, but not as good for art projects like this. And here's another one. Bring Delara home. I don't know who's calling me. Okay, and this is a double. That hot glue didn't do good, but this is with two paper plates. It's got front and back, so it's a little more substantial. Except the stick is loose. Yeah, this one's two-sided. This is one, but it still works. And these sticks, I think I got these online pretty cheap somewhere. They're actually fan sticks. That's what they are. So, and with the two-sided ones, I glued it in between. I don't want to hand this one out when it's loose like that. Don't quit loving. I'm not sure who did that. I just kind of like, okay, y'all just do whatever you want to. Help Bring Delara Home, CCLJA. That's got a picture of sunshine, a happy face sunshine of that. Okay, this is one. Because I had some blank ones in my car, and this stick is the plain. They have these at Walmart. They're jumbo craft sticks or something, but they're very similar to the. Let's see, how do they compare? I don't know how they compare. Oh yeah, they're the same length actually. They're the same length. It's just the fan. These are fancier. So, but these work too. The jumbo craft sticks. And I have a stamp and stamp that on here so people can. Yeah, that's stamped on the stick. This is one. I think this is one. The one I sent, I don't remember exactly what it looked like. I don't think it said Free Delara. I think it said Bring Delara Home. And I think it did have cclja.org on it. And it might have said Love Never Fails on the back. I kind of think it did. I think it was one of the ones that says Love Never Fails. So anyway, that's the incident that put Delara, what did he say? That was the incident, me giving the visitation monitor a fan that said Bring Delara Home, Love Never Fails, cclja.org, has her picture on it. That is the incident. Angela was like, I don't know what's going on here, because it's a bizarre accusation. But that's the incident that he says has put Delara at risk of harm and justifies termination of my visits, of my supervised visits that are unlawfully ordered supervised visits. And there's two really good court cases, appeals court cases. There's one, Allen v. Allen, or Allen v. Munn, M-U-N-N hyphen Allen, 2017, 16 or 17, and Mashburn v. Mashburn, Tennessee Court of Appeals, 2000. I think it's 2017. Maybe it's 2016. But anyway, they talk about when supervised visits are justified or restricting a parent's parenting time, restrictions. Because restricting a child's relationship with their biological parent is a very significant infringement on both the parent and the child's rights, and is typically very detrimental to a child to be deprived of the nurture of a loving parent, which I am. Okay, so there's that picture of the fan. Okay, Exhibit 2, Exhibit 3, Facebook post by Mother. He's doing I think he's doing just as good of a job on these pro se motions as his $160 an hour attorney did. Good job, Baba. And they're just as stupid and ridiculous, but anyway, Sarah Rice was a good teacher apparently. So this is Exhibit 3. Facebook post by mother admitting handing out fans with child's picture. Oh, you could put fans on, or pictures on Lost and Found. You got a child lost and found. You can put your picture, their kid's picture on there. The picture can be on the wall at Walmart, missing and exploited children. Pictures of kids can be on milk cartons. I don't think they do that anymore. Pictures can be shared on Facebook, missing children. Amber Alerts. What's the harm in distributing a child's picture when that child is in a bad situation and needs relief, and it's a matter that affects security of, it's a matter of public concern. I mean, things like this, putting children at risk, depriving innocent, fit parents of constitutionally protected rights, these unlawful orders with no accountability. That's and show me the harm. Where is the harm? And you've got to have definite proof. You can't say, oh, this is harmful to the child. Oh, this is not in the child's best interest. You've got to connect the dots. And there was not even an incident. He's saying the incident, oh, this incident occurred. And I'll tell you what's going to happen. He's going to try to get that visitation monitor replaced. Because he did that before. The first visitation monitor that we had 2 months with, he asked for her to be replaced. And then he said, I don't think anybody can control a mother. I don't care how good the visitation supervisor is. I don't think anybody can control a mother. I don't need to be controlled. I need him to control himself and get control of his emotions, his behavior, and then Delara will be in a position where she can do the same thing. And I'll be in the position where I don't have to complain about what he's doing to my daughter and what the courts are doing to him and me and my daughter. I don't want to have to complain about this. I want the abuse to stop. And it's not going to stop if I just sit back and say, okay, well, fine, go ahead, keep her. While she's crying out, saying she wants to die, asking people to kill her, acting out, bullying other kids. She is hurting. She needs her mom. She's been asking for her mom. She despairs. And that's the thing, is she wants me and needs me to be protesting what she's being subjected to. She's told me that. And I told her months ago that with our last visitation supervisor, I'm not discussing court proceedings with her. I'm saying, you're right. You need both parents in your life. And I'm going to work to get you home. And if I can't get you home, I'm going to be complaining about it until you turn 18 and can come home yourself, and they can't keep you in captivity any longer. I didn't say exactly that to her, but I said, I'm not going to give up. You know, when you're 18, you can do what you want to. I hope you get to come home before then. And I did tell her on the last visit that she might not see me for a long time. But I still wanted her to do good things and be obedient and use her words and know that I'm out there using my words and giving her a voice. And she doesn't need to worry about anything. She's not responsible for being separated from me. That's one thing she's mentioned before. Sometimes she thinks it's, she did something to cause this, or there's something she can do to fix it. And I'm like, really, no, there's not really anything in your control. All you can do is just keep telling people. And mostly I'm telling them. Whether she tells people or not, I'll be telling her, and I'll be giving her a voice. And that's why I had her write down what she wanted. And I think I talked about that. Did I do a video yesterday and talk about that? But when I got to the visit Saturday, I thought she was going to tell me, oh, she had this great week at camp and tell me all the stuff she did. But it turns out Angela Starts out saying, we need to talk. Dad's upset. He's upset about that fan. I don't understand the problem. Or, the visits are going well. And there's one thing he did not put in this petition, because I think he thought better of it. But he told Angela that Delara got sent home from camp on Thursday, July 12th, when she was supposed to come home on the 14th. She got sent home early from overnight camp because of me giving her the fan on July 2nd. So I give her a fan July 2nd. There's no incident. Nobody gets upset. Nothing. Angela's a lot cooler because she's got her fan. It was a good fan. And that's what Delara said. It was a good fan. So there was no incident. He's trying to pretend there is one. But there is going to be an incident. Because he's going to try to get Angela replaced. I don't think he can get her in trouble. And I can already tell. Now see, when we had Camelot was sick of dealing with both of us. Because all these demands he was making, like he's doing now. And if you watch the Latasha Stevens, I call her Devil Woman. She's lying and hateful, and oh, she was so hateful. And that's the first time I had the police called on a visit. I didn't get arrested, and we did finish our visit. But she was so hateful, but when she came to court, Latasha Stevens, when did she come to court? She came to court in the spring sometime, and the videos on YouTube. I think probably all of it. Hey, cat's knocking stuff off my dresser. But she, at some point in the garden, had lied to him, said something, and Latasha Stevens, she indicated she was tired of dealing with both of us. She was glad, and the company says, well, we're not. She tried to say, oh, I'm concerned for my team's safety because the mother's dangerous, and it is all just stupid, bogus misrepresentation, lies and misrepresentations. But she got rid of us, yeah, and I didn't get another visit for. I got another visit like the next month, and then my daughter's dad also sabotaged that one. And that's when I got arrested for criminal trespassing. Paid $160, $170 for 2 hours with my daughter, and she called the police like an hour into it or something, and we did nothing. Delara's like, "What? We weren't even talking about court." That was bizarre, but. And then after, and there's like, well, there's nobody in town who will provide services to this family. So 9.5 months later, that's when I started with Latara Ballard with Progressive Family Services, and things went very well. And she was really very surprised and upset that the April 19 court order went the way it did, the results of our custody, because she thought, she's like, oh, y'all are both great parents, and y'all are going to be able to co-parent together, and everything's going to be hunky-dory and copacetic, and Delara's going to have such a great life, and the judge is going to give you so much of what you've been missing out on and what you need, and everything's going to be great. And then we end up with less than we got in 2015. And Latara was, and she's like in a different city now, and she wasn't. I was the last when she moved. She was trying to tie up. We had like 2 or 3 visits scheduled after she because we were waiting for the court order, and she was just so sure the judge was going to take off the supervision restriction. So she's like, oh, this will be a last visit, and then it wasn't. And so like, okay, well, I'll come down from Portland and do another one just for you. I don't come to Nashville for anybody else. Anyway, what is this? Exhibit 3, March 29th. I get to spend tomorrow with Shania and Shara. If the rain stops, we'll be chalking for liberty and justice and handing out fans with my daughter's picture on them. It's spring break, and we should run into a lot of parents and children. I'll be asking everybody if they know my daughter, and I will tell them how they can help her get home. Yep. And when voting day is over, May 1st, we will be gathering and repurposing election signs. I didn't do that. I wish I could have gathered up election signs. There will be more that election signs we can get and repurpose. I'm taking matters into my own hands again. Courts failed again. I still don't know what the order is, because this is before the, she took it under advisement February 9th, I think. So this was like late the next month. And it was fixing to come up on the 60 days. She went over the 60 days. You're supposed to be no more than 60 days under advisement. She kept it over 60 days. And then she finally issued her order April 19th, and it was horrible. It's like, oh, there's been no material change in circumstances. So I'm not changing anything. The 2015 order is going to stay in effect, plus I'm putting these additional restrictions on the mother. Delara should also be with me and her friends tomorrow. And she would be if there were any justice in this town. So that was my March 29 post. Exhibit 4. Yeah, this is Winona LaDuke in Minnesota. She's one of the water protectors. She had red face paint. And I'm like, okay, well, people paint their faces for, to support their team. This is Team Delara, and I think if we come up with an emblem or a face paint, that might be something, like Anonymous has their mask, and of course that keeps people anonymous. We don't have to be anonymous. We can be if we want to, but maybe face painting would be. I thought, yeah, but and we didn't have a chance to talk to Delara about that. But Delara is 100% on board with me protesting to help bring her home. There's zero evidence that it's detrimental to her. All the evidence shows that it makes the father uncomfortable. He's annoyed by it. He feels harassed by it. He wants me to disappear, stay out of Delara's life forever, which, when he went in September 2017 and asked for a 5-year no-contact order, if he had gotten that 5-year no-contact order, and if we were not able to overturn it on appeal, he probably would have hoped that in 5 years Delara would have been completely alienated from me and would have forgotten about me, wouldn't be asking for me, and he would enjoy his peaceful possession of this child without me being an annoyance. You can't see this on the copy, but in Lydia A. Hubble Facebook photo albums, there's an album I think it says July 14th visit. That's what this came from. And I didn't coach her. I'm just like, okay, because she had this meltdown at camp. She had this bad week at camp. And I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? How can we help you? Okay, let's tell everybody what you want. Write down what you want. Write down how much you want to see me and how much you want to see your dad. She wants to see us 50-50. And I asked about the phone calls, and she didn't care about the phone calls, because if she sees me, if she's not seeing me at all, she probably would like to hear my voice on occasion. But she's probably not going to get that opportunity. Yeah, Facebook post about July 14, 2018 visit with a note by child, handwritten during the visit. Child's note reads, to see mom half the week and dad half the week with overnights. If what I said previously. Oh, okay. No, that's right. She said to see mom half the week and dad half the week with overnights. And she could have put a period or parentheses or something. If what I said previously happens, which she was talking about if she gets to see me half the week and dad half the week, then no phone calls. She doesn't care about the phone calls. As long as she's seeing me, she'd much rather talk to me in person half the week and not have phone calls the other half the week while she's with her dad. And then this was the handwritten note about the phone calls and about how it sounds like soda and Mentos. And Angela's like, what does that mean? I'm like, well, if you put soda and Mentos together, it's kind of like vinegar and soda, and it's basically it's staticky. It's hard to hear because he continues to insist on it being on speakerphone, and I have it on speakerphone on my end. But when they're both on speakerphone, it really and she's like wandering around, and the dad's being a distraction. So the phone calls, and she's told me that on phone calls. She's like, I don't really like the phone calls. I'd rather see you in person and talk to you in person. And who wouldn't? You know, she gets hugs and kisses in person. I can't give her hugs and kisses on the phone. And then the certificate of service, my name's not on here. I had to ask for a copy. The attorney, and I'm confused over, is the attorney representing me in this or not? The judge probably does want this court-appointed attorney representing me, because nobody likes to deal with me. So, but as far as I know, I'm pro se. Willis Jones' attorney, the court-appointed attorney, because there is an open DCS case, because they're keeping this DCS case, claiming that I caused psychological harm to Delara on a phone call. So there is an open DCS case, and Willis Jones was appointed for that, but I don't know if the judge is going to make it, because she said this is a quasi dependency and neglect case anyway. But I'm the one that filed for emergency petition a year and a half ago because of how Delara was suffering, and all this documentation about, you know, look at all these counselors' notes, look at the school records, look at how she's getting kicked out. Look at what the dad's saying. So it was served to Willis Jones, Charlena Mack, the guardian ad litem, and LaQuinta Burns, who is the DCS caseworker. But on Thursday we've got a DCS CFTM meeting, Child and Family Team meeting. So I guess if you say CFTM meeting, it's redundant. So it's CFTM. It's kind of like saying HIV virus. That extra word is, you know, it's redundant. But so that's going to be Thursday at 3. I assume he's going to try to get Angela Hilliard, a visitation supervisor. I assume he's going to try to get her replaced if the visits are not suspended. I suspect he's going to take it upon himself to suspend the visits between now and the August 7th hearing, except we're going to be in court on July 27th. But this motion to stop the supervised visits is supposed to be heard on the 7th of August. So, as far as I know, I'm supposed to get 4 more hours of visits in July. And as far as I know, he has not set up another visit yet. And I don't think he intends to, because like my phone calls, he took it upon himself to stop the phone calls, and he missed like 4 phone calls before he got permission from the court, before the judge said, okay, we'll suspend the phone calls until, between now and the hearing. And what I really hope DCS, because I've told him, I said, Judge Calloway is guilty of severe child abuse. Judge Calloway is the #1 perpetrator. Charlena Pimack, she goes by both names. She is a perpetrator of severe child abuse for her she knowingly failed to protect my daughter. So that's what I'm going to be telling DCS, is y'all need to go file a motion with Judge Calloway asking for emergency relief for my daughter. And if they don't do that, then they're going to be knowingly failing to protect my daughter, and they're going to be guilty. So I'm not messing around. This has gone on too long. My daughter's dad's getting sicker by the day. And I really don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's lying or if he is delusional. I kind of think he's delusional. I kind of think he really does think somehow he's protecting Delara, but that might just be a manufactured idea because he wants protection from me. He wants me out of his life. It's not enough to just have minimal contact. He wants zero contact. And he wants Delara to have zero contact with me. And they keep trying to say I'm the one with the problem. And I will not have another parenting assessment. I will not have another psychological evaluation. I am getting ongoing therapy from a very capable professional, a nurse practitioner. That's pretty good. 50 years experience. He's old. He's older. I think he's almost be my dad. I've been seeing him for over 7 years. He's spent hundreds of hours in session with me. He's met Delara's dad. He's met Delara several times. I've taken her with me a bunch of times. I'm not a bunch of times. Several times. And he's testified to that. He has seen me in his office interacting. He has observed us together. I've had 3 visitation supervisors who had all seen me over a period of a couple of months at least, coming in to testify that I've got good parenting skills. Why do I need another parenting assessment? It's going to be the same thing. Those fill in the bubble things, computerized thing. It's going to be the same results. I'm a good mom. I've got good parenting skills. I've got a close relationship with my daughter. I've got an extremely low risk of abusing my child. It's going to be the same thing. I'm not doing it again. And I'm not going to see another I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do anything. It's time for them to start doing what they're supposed to be doing. All right, I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to upload this to Facebook so everybody can see it. But this is Nashville, Tennessee, DCS. We're fixing to get a new caseworker and supervisor, and but that's what they need to do. They need to go to Judge Calloway and say, this is a train wreck. This child is in desperate need of a close and continuing relationship with her mother. She's suffering from that deprivation. You need to make a court order giving this child some relief. And because Judge Calloway won't listen to me. Guardian ad litem won't listen to me. But my daughter, that's one thing. If I get another visit, I'm going to, and he's also ignoring my older daughter, Callie, because ever since I got cut out of her life, he always liked Callie. Callie's 21 now. She's in her 3rd year, she's fixing to start 4th year at Vanderbilt. And he's testified in court how he encourages her to spend time with Delara and take Delara shopping for underwear and to, do stuff with her. Now that's really the only family member that he has supported a relationship with. Not my son, not my brother, not my aunt that are here locally, not any of Delara's old friends. And he just cut Callie off in the last couple of weeks. Since he broke the windshield while he was screaming at Delara, he's cut Delara off. So I'm concerned that he stopped the court ordered in-home services, which aren't just to benefit him, they're to benefit Delara. So it's really fixing to get bad, and we're going to see how much DCS will encourage and facilitate this continued abusive relationship and the court-ordered child abuse. Because we're going to have the CFTM on Thursday, and we're going to see what happens, and I'm going to try to finish up. I've been sick and I haven't finished it up, but I'm going to try to finish up this formal complaint against Delara's guardian ad litem, and see if I can get rid of her.